Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kerem Kalkancı. I'm the co-founder of ProTranslate. And ProTranslate is an online translation services platform that offer professional translation services for businesses and also the B2C customers. Today, I'll talk about the borderless consumer concept first. And what I mean by that is basically with the technology evolving, customers started to lose the concept of the physical borders and forget about what they know about the regular borders. And according to a research done by Google, for instance, 96% of Booking.com's customers didn't even know that Booking.com existed in the Netherlands. And after further research, 90% of them told that they didn't really care that Booking.com was located in Netherlands and it wouldn't really affect their decision making after the research. With that data, I'll switch into MENA and what's happening there and how it's different than Europe in many different ways. In MENA, for instance, the typical European customer profile that you're used to tends to change a little bit. European customers trust every business they see online automatically, but in MENA, they're accustomed to first looking into the reviews of a business and analyzing it further. And also there's other problems such as the payment systems that e-commerce companies have struggled with for a long time. But along with the problems, there's a ton of potential as well as far as the population that you can target by just localizing to only a couple languages. MENA has a population of 450 million, and by just localizing into 2 languages, you're able to target a 400 million population in MENA region countries. Whereas in Europe, just to target the EU countries in total, you would need to localize for 24 different languages to target a population of 500 million. Just to look into the profiles of the GCC countries, which is the Gulf Countries Council, the GDP per capita in all of these countries exceed UK's GDP per capita. It's also the lowest GDP per capita in this region, also is like almost 5 times of Turkey, for instance. There's tons of potential for spending. Yet, this is an undiscovered territory for a lot of the companies, both in MENA and other regions of the world. When we shifted our focus to MENA, we have seen a lot of different things, such as the cultural trends. And when a company is really going for this region, they need to really pay attention to the cultural taste frameworks in order to be able to have some success in this region. A few of the examples that we have seen, for instance, Vogue, when they released their first issue, they used Gigi Hadid, but she had a cover on her. And what they were trying to really imply was modesty and inclusivity, because MENA region women like to stay modest and then also stay inclusive, whereas the show-off culture that we have seen doesn't really apply to women there. Another business, for instance, that was out of Lebanon was targeting what's called an experience e-commerce. They were shipping products from Lebanon to people that want to try Lebanese goods in different countries. And another one that really was paying attention to the cultural frameworks was a company called Lunchon, where they were allowing people to order meals through their own messaging applications without people having to switch to a new platform. So they would use AI on WhatsApp and other chat platforms and then allow people to order food through there. So what are the potentials in this region? For instance, we're dealing with a commitment-phobic customer profile here. They don't like to be trapped into a business or a subscription, so you need to offer them trials here if you're gonna be able to gain their trust. Also, it's not untypical for the MENA region customers to have 2 mobile phones at the same time, one for gaming and one for their regular needs. So whatever you're doing in this region, we noticed you need to go for mobile. What scares people in general, especially the entrepreneurs, is the workforce. Where am I going to find the workforce to really target a different country? We've been working with a non-profit organization called ISAC, and they offer people that want to work in different countries, and they have offices in 81 countries, and we have benefited from them, and it's available to everyone, so why not use them? With globalization, we have seen a lot of change in trends about what people started to ask for. For instance, we're getting requests about, like, can you localize our chatbot texts? Can you localize our customer service documents and offer the service for us so we don't have to deal with this? Can you localize our website in an SEO-friendly fashion? Or can you translate my YouTube video subtitles so I can make more money from Europe or America? We have talked about the shift for mobile, where traditional businesses really didn't go for adopting mobile in an old industry like translation services. We have developed a mobile app for the MENA users, and we have noticed that 5 out of every 10 customers actually take a picture of their documents and then send it to us that way, because they live on their mobile apps and messaging applications, and they like to use it that way. Another thing that we did to earn their trust was we offered a grammar tool for them to be able to check their website's language and then find mistakes and fix them by themselves. And we offered this in a way that checks for 200 plus rules in 30 plus languages. Something happened in 2007 that changed the payment trends in this region. Amazon acquired Souk, but what it did along with that was to acquire a company called Payfort. And they did it to solve a tremendous problem in MENA region, which was the payment gateway problem. This region has taken a long time to adopt online banking, digital banking, and using credit cards. And by doing this, Amazon did go after 58% of the MENA customers that used to order stuff from other countries. And with an infrastructure in place, they're able to now capture all of this market. With that, obviously the fintech sector has been blooming in this area. There's companies like SafeCharge that allowed us to target European countries, and then they had the local methods. But now there's companies like PayTabs that don't even require you to actually establish a company in MENA region, and they allow you to use the local payment gateways available in MENA region. And the biggest problem was these countries required you to start a company, and with that many countries in place, entrepreneurs did really struggle shifting to this region. A few things that we did while going into this region was, like, we did deploy a voice over IP system for the countries that we were targeting because trust was a big issue. We made ourselves reachable. We did monitor our progress in different languages, and we used obviously Upworkers and freelancers to help us with our marketing. We did use Zopim for online chats. For instance, the MENA region customers do require live people. They want to see that your business is alive. Whereas in Europe, we used chatbots, and people were happy with it. Also, it's not really scary to analyze competitors that much. People are scared about the MENA region, but through tools like SEMrush, etc., it's really easy to target this region. A few final tidbits, customers in this region really want to know that your business is alive. If you don't prove this concept, you're going to lose that customer. When I see businesses that put online chat and leave it offline, I think that you already lost that customer. You might as well put out a form there, and if they don't fill it out, they're not going to really bother with an offline chat box either. Also, some businesses put up the online chat, they don't staff that, and then you lose that customer as well, and then you irritate the customer even further. So you have to really deliver on the promises. So MENA market is really a tough nut to crack, but with the right moves, actually, it's really doable. Thank you very much for your time.